Are you ready, Gents? Aye, aye, Captain. I can't hear you. Aye, aye, Captain. Sorry, that was for my other job. I am Plunder Patrol. I'm recently been tasked to take part in this tournament. I'm probably gonna be winning this. I should probably make sure I know what all my crew can do. I have Whitebeard, Water Fiend, Tuner. During the main phase, during my opponent's turn, I can get as a quick effect just bring out a Plunder Patrol extra deck monster as long as the same attribute as one of my opponent's monsters, and I equip Whitebeard to it. Now, if Whitebeard is sent from my hand or a monster zone to the graveyard, I can special summon a Plunder Patrol monster from my deck, except a copy of itself. But I can't special summon for this turn, except Plunder Patrol monsters. Not bad. But what else isn't bad is Redbeard, another member of my crew. Are you ready? This monster makes it so during my turn, my opponent's turn, I can quickly go into one of my extra deck monsters, as long as it shares the attribute. And if it's sent to the graveyard, it attaches itself as an equipped card to one of my monsters. I'm gonna go to Bluebeard next. Much easier than talking about any of my others. Bluebeard, if I control Plunder Patrol, I can summon it from my hand. And if it's sent to the graveyard from the monster hand, I get to discard a card and draw a card. Unfortunately, each effect is a hard once per turn. Like Black Eye, the Plunder Patrol Sea Guard. The pretty massive looking bird. I have no idea why a bird's so big. Has nothing to do with perspective. But I can target it. I Plunder Patrol monster in my graveyard, except a copy of itself, special summon it. Discard from my hand. If I do, add that target to my hand. I also can't search them for the rest of the turn except Plunder Patrol monsters, but who cares about that? If this card is sent from the hand, once it's sent to the graveyard, I can target a Plunder Patrol monster in my Spell Trap card zone, special summon in defense position. So, this card either lets me get it to my field and use it for a Synchro Summon, or a Link Summon, or a Fusion Summon, and then bring in a monster from my defense, in defense position from the Spell Trap card zone. Unlike Golden Hair. Golden Hair makes it so instant. I want another Plunder Patrol card from my hand or face it to the graveyard. But summon this card from my hand. It does trigger my other Plunder Patrol's effects, by the way. This card is in the graveyard. You can discard a card to special summon it, but I can't special summon for this turn except Plunder Patrol monsters. You only use each effect once per turn. There's all 5 of my monsters. Let's go to one of our 3 spell cards. We got a fusion one that makes our use materials from my hand or field. I can banish it from my graveyard to target a Plunder Patrol monster. I control equip one emblem of the Plunder Patrol or one Plunder Patrol monster from your deck to that target. You can only use this effect once per turn. The equipping effect. The other one you can do if you have more than one. And talking about emblem, is an equipped spell card. Equip it onto your Plunder Patrol monster. It has to be a Plunder Patrol. Gains 5 attack. And it can't be targeted. It also the spell card can also send itself to the graveyard to special summon one Plunder Patrol monster from your extra deck. The same attribute as the monster on the field or graveyard. Then take the monster that was equipped with this card and equip it to the special summon monster as an equip spell, gaining 500 attack. In other words, I take one monster and turn to my extra deck monster and turn to a different extra deck monster. I could also equip it to one of these guys, help my opponent as a monster on the field. These two, or it can do it on their own. But we do have Plunder Patrol Shipyard. Plunder Patrol monsters I control I check for every Plunder Patrol card, Spell Trap card zone. Just so you're aware, if this card was equipped to one of your monsters, and the field spell was out of the field, because we have one in our Spell Trap card zone, it would also give all our monsters 5 attack. So that monster gains about 1,000 extra attack, which is quite a decent amount. Although it is a 2-card combo. Yeah, this card has another couple of effects. but you're going to use each effect once per turn. They don't share hard once per turn. I can use the first effect and the second effect on the same turn. The first effect lets me discard a card and add a Plunder Patrol card from my deck to my hand. The other effect is this card in my graveyard. I can target a Plunder Patrol card in my spell and trap card zone, set this card, and if I do, return that target to the hand. Let's look at some of these trap cards. Plunder Patrol Party! Normal spell, normal trap, I mean. If I control Plunder Patrol monster, I control it equal to the number of equipped cards I control plus 1. Then shuffle cards from my hand into the deck equal to the number of equipped cards you control. You can only use that effect once per turn. If I special summon a Plunder Patrol monster from the extra deck while this card's in my graveyard, I can equip this to the special summon monster, and the special monster gains fire for attack while equipped. You're going to do that once per turn. So I can take my. Let's say I have 3 equipped spells, and I activate this fix down. I draw 4 cards. Now I have 4 cards in hand. Then I shuffle a bunch of them back. I shuffle 3 of them back. So this card lets you go card neutral, not plus, not negative, neutral. Because a card you placed in your field, it replaces in your hand. If you already have cards in your hand, you get to shuffle the ones in your hand that was already there back. Then we got Pride of the Plunder Patrol, my people. A continuous trap card. If your Plunder Patrol monster destroys an opponent's monster by battle, I can draw a card. If you control Plunder Patrol monster, you can send this base-up card to the graveyard. Activate one of these effects. Your opponent draws 1 card, then you can look at their hand and send 1 monster to the graveyard. So, I make my opponent not lose any card advantage. I'm going to get rid of like 1 card they want. If they activate like Terraforming and add a specific card to their hand, you know it's a 1 of, you can get rid of it. Fun! But it also has an effect. You look at your opponent's extra deck and send 1 monster from there to the graveyard. You may use each effect 1 per turn. So, this it does is like Diablos the Mind Hacker, letting you get rid of your opponent's cards in the extra deck. And lets you get rid of cards from your opponent's hand. We also have Plunder Patrol Booty, continuous trap card. Lets you declare 1 attribute, then target a fix-up so your opponent controls. Its attribute becomes that attribute until the end of the turn, even if this card leaves the field. Then take Plunder Patrol monster, my graveyard, and either shuffle into my deck or special summon it to my field. I can only do that once per turn, however. Once per turn in the end phase, if you control no Plunder Patrol monsters, send this card to the graveyard. This card lets us get into more resources. You find out a common theme between our cards. Some want us to discard, want us to send to the graveyard in ways, or a hand, or face a field. And we will add a lot of cards to our hand. Although, all of our cards are hard ones for turns, including some of our extra deck monsters. Like, Plunder Patrol Lies. This ain't a lie. Lets you, during the main phase of either player's turn, you can special summon a Plunder Patrol from your hand or face up spell and trap card zone. When an opponent activates a monster effect, quick effect, you can discard a Plunder Patrol card, negate the activation, and if you do, destroy the hit. It's a monster negator, effectively. It also, if it was equipped with a Plunder Patrol card, you can add a Plunder Patrol from your deck to your hand. So normally, you discard a card, you normally think you would lose a resource. You get rid of your opponent's resource, so card neutral. Then, you get another resource to your hand, +1. Plus the card you got rid of is probably going to get you to more advantage. If it was something like Redbeard, it gets you a card in the field again. And we got, maybe we should finally talk about me. I'm Blackbeard, Plunder Patrol Captain. I'm a Link 2 monster. I take 2 monsters, including a Plunder Patrol monster. As a quick effect, I can target a 1 effect monster I control. Special summon 1 control monster from the extra deck with the same attribute as a monster your opponent controls or in the graveyard. And if I do equip a target, draw 1 card. This card goes to my spell and trap card zone as the equipped spell card, and I get to draw a card. as long as my opponent has the appropriate attribute. People come to sometimes say Plunder Patrol's only good when light and dark is good. Well, sometimes. You'll see why shortly. Lisp, I should mention, is a light monster. I'm a water monster, like any good captain. And for some reason, none of the boats or the waters. Sir. Or should I say, sir. You're going to use my effect once per turn. Normally, you can put one card in your field, you return prejudice one card, bring one out in your field, and draw a card. That's +2 in a card advantage, I see. And the card you bring out, probably going to have an effect. And let's say your opponent was playing Blue Eyes, and you were able to get Lies. Now you have it's equipped with a card, so you're going to get a monster effect. So Ultimate Dragon, Blue Eyes, Alternative White Dragon, time to use the effect, you negate, destroy, add a card to your hand. Pretty powerful. But we also have an X6 monster, 2 level 4s. You can discard a Plunder Patrol card, and target an effect monster your opponent controls banished. And you can add 1 Plunder Patrol Spore Trap from your deck to your hand. This is quick effect if it's equipped with a Plunder Patrol card. So it's quick effect, target banishment. It only on effect monsters, however. So Magical Musketeer? No. Magic-y, that's what it's called. Unless you're fighting Magic-y, you're fine. If you're fighting Magic Musketeer, you can get rid of their monster. We also have Burn, our fire ship. Unlike Xyz, which is dark. This takes generic materials. It's a level 8 in total. Which makes sense because all monsters are level 4. Every single one. It makes so all of our fiend monsters we control gain 500 attack points. We can discard a Plunder Patrol card, the target's bone trap card opponent controls, banish it. Then we can add a Plunder Patrol monster from our deck to our hand. It's quick effective if it's equipped with a card. Now, this card seems to be our beatdown card. We gain a bunch of attack points. A 3,000 attack point monster. Effectively. And this monster can get rid of our opponent's spawn trap cards. Plus, it can even discard a card, which gives us more resources. It discards for cost, unfortunately, so it doesn't discard by effect. And we get something like Lisp on the field. The card that it was equipped with can come back to the field. But we also have our Earth ship, Jard. The yard isn't extended, I'm just extending it. It takes generic material. I should mention, all our monsters are fiends. Yes, the bird's a fiend. Yes, the girl with golden hair is a fiend. Yes, the guy with the blue hair is a fiend. Yes, even I'm a fiend. And somehow a ship is a fiend. Don't ask me how. But this monster is a pendulum monster. Level 8, generic material. I'll go over its monster effect first. If my opponent special summons a monster, I can add a Plunder Patrol card from my deck to my hand. Then, if this card is equipped with a Plunder Patrol card, you can special summon 1 Plunder Patrol monster from your deck. When one summons a monster, we go +2. How? Actually, whoa. Okay. So as an effect, you can target 1 Plunder Patrol card in your graveyard, add to your hand, and if you do, place this card in your pendulum zone. You're going to use each effect once per turn. Again, doesn't have an extended R, I'm just doing it. This pendulum effect lets you declare an attribute. Return this card to the extra deck, and if you do, special summon 1 Plunder Patrol token. The stats are irrelevant. With that attribute to both players' field. In defense position. You don't do that once per turn. So, I give my opponent a dark monster. Let me summon out my Xyz ship, Monk. Or I go Lies for light. I don't have wind monsters, unfortunately. As a lot of our monsters in cards, we rely on having the appropriate material, or attribute, I should say, on our opponent's side of the field. Now, they have whatever attribute I want. Oh, and I should mention, Kashtira? Yeah, they want no monsters on their field, don't they? What's on their field? Oh, it's a monster! Arrgh, you gonna cry? Well, really shouldn't cry. What you should do instead is draw that subscribe button. And that's all the cards in this deck. So, click on the video in that corner right there. Go, do it now. Do it!